Hey, what you're about to hear now is going to flood your mind with pleasant surprises and your life with sterling results and benefits. Have you forgotten that your brain does not know the difference between real events and acted events, imagined events, events you just play mind movies in your mind and behave as though it has happened? Do you know that you can be the devil, the demon, the Satan that is tormenting and afflicting your life when you distribute your energy, your dopamine and serotonin to the different environmental requirements and factors that need your attention when you wake up? Let me tell you one of my secrets. The quotes by Ralph Waldo Emerson that I learned over 20 years ago is what makes me keep reading. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, "The mind, once stretched by a new idea, a new information, can never return to its original state." Your mind is going to be stretched today because what you're about to hear, the combination of science, spirituality, biology, prayer, meditation to produce something sterling, something spectacular, something superb out of your life, you are going to hear it now. Do you know that if you are not careful when you wake up in the morning, use your boss who is owing you salary, who is underpaying you, who is giving you bad working environments to reaffirm your addiction to bitterness and resentment? Do you know that you could use your co-worker, people who are in the same trade with you, your colleagues, to reaffirm your addiction to competition? Do you know that you can use social media feeds, news, to reaffirm your addiction to validation and insecurity? Do you know that if you listen to the news of the economy, the rising cost of things, you can reaffirm your addiction to frustration, to suffering? Do you know that if your partner does not treat you well and when you wake up you remember him or her, you can use that situation to reaffirm your addiction to lack of love, your addiction to rejection? Do you know that your sick mother, your sick child, your sick father can make you reaffirm your addiction to heal health? Do you know that your religion can make you reaffirm your addiction to unworthiness? Do you know if you rely on your pastor, imam, spiritual leader, and etc., you can be reaffirming your addiction to subordination, dependency, your addiction to reliance? Do you know that you can use your neighbor to reaffirm your addiction to resentment? Do you know you can use your friend to reaffirm your addiction to suffering? Do you know you can use your bank statements, your bank account, your balance to reaffirm your addiction to lack and poverty? All of these are possible if you don't know what you're doing. You're going to know how to break away from such addictions today. A friend of Dr. Joe Dispenza, in this book I'm reviewing, Becoming Supernatural, called him and told him, "Joe, you told me when I attended your meditation that things were going to get better. I'm unmarried even though I'm in my 40s. I don't find the love of my life. Rather than things getting better, I have just been sacked." You want to hear the rest of the story? Let's ride on. We are done with the introductory parts of today. So what happens in the morning when you wake up? This is your brain. You, instead of concentrating dopamine and serotonin on yourself to produce the future you want, the life you want, the present moment that you want, you start distributing it. Some of us, first thing is our phone. The next thing, your partner. The next thing, your child, your parents, your church, your work, breakfasts, coffee, water, exercise, and so on and so forth. If you want to count your skin, your looks, your pimples, what you're going to put on today, and so on and so forth, before you know it, you have distributed your energy to different centers that suck your energy, deplete your energy, and you are left with the energy field around you is left with no energy for you to produce the life you want for that day. And furthermore, you are reaffirming and releasing your past and your current environment via your thoughts and your emotions. This is the danger. When you keep remembering the events of the past, the neurological connection your brain has with them, that event of the past gives you bad emotions. And that bad emotions put you under stress. When you stay perpetually under stress for a period of time, you are now living in survival mode. Long-term stress drastically reduces expression of healthy genes. You know what that means? It means sickness is at your door. That's what happens. You've been living in survival mode for a long time and you've lived under stress, long-term stress. You can never be healthy. That's in your body. Then how about externally? Let's go. When you compartmentalize your brain, this is what happens. You give your energy, your emotions to the different energy centers. It's like two atoms. Look at it here. Who are bonded, they form a molecule. Do you know that to break this molecule, these atoms, it only requires superior and higher energy for them to be separated? That's the same thing that happens when you form addiction to your ex. Some people are addicted to the death, a loved one who is no longer alive. Some people are addicted to a pet, to a work, to an event, and it will require you calling back your energy to break free. And what that means is by emotions you're addicted, by energy you're addicted. Have you ever been to a place or sat with someone to speak, and as you're about to say something, the person says, I was about to say the same thing. As you just mentioned something, you say, in a balance, you're just removing it from my mouth to say. That's the something I wanted to say. You two were in the same energy level, sharing the same information and sharing the same emotions. So Dr. Joe Dispenza recommends that you should call back your energy. You should call back your energy. So what is going to happen is that you have put your brain in a perpetual state of imbalance. And when your brain is imbalanced, it lacks rhythm. And when your brain lacks rhythm, your brain becomes incoherent. And once your brain is incoherent, your life cannot produce at its maximum capacity because your brain cannot optimally produce. That's how you start suffering. That's how it affects your external environment. Joe Dispenza recommends that you should call back your energy. Else, before you know it, it is your personality that's no longer producing your personal reality. You know what we've heard, what we've learned over the years is that your personality produces your personal reality. The way you think, the way you walk, the way you behave is what will attract, what will come to you. But when you live perpetually under stress, perpetually informed and influenced by the events of your external environment, it is now your personal reality that's informing your personality. How? You lack money, so that's how you work, that's how you feel. You cannot pay your bills, you cannot meet some needs, you're sick, that's how you work and how you feel, and that thing will keep reproducing. So you have to call back your energy in meditation. You cease from being someone to being no one, from being somebody to being nobody. Your identity is gone. You have to sever those energy fields. So you have to go into meditation, sever those distractions, those attention-seeking areas and quarters, and go inward. Sever from them, cease from connecting with them, and bring back your energy field. Dr. Joe says in some of his workshops, somebody will come to him and tell him, I've lost this, I've missed this, and he will tell them, congratulations. They will say, why? He said, you have just lost an aspect of energy that seek and suck your energy. You have more energy left now to concentrate to create a new life. And there is what he calls the sweet spots of the present moment. Before I say this, let me continue the story I introduced earlier. This man that called, this Dr. Joe's friend that called him, was the vice president of a certain school, certain high institution. And shortly after he attended his workshop, he was sacked. He called Joe and said, I'm sacked. I thought things were supposed to be better. Joe told him, congratulations, you're indeed going to create something new, because that's one energy, attention seeking and sapping from you that is gone. The man said, okay, let's see how it goes. Joe encouraged him, concentrate in meditation. And it wasn't too long after that. First, he found the love of his life, someone that fitted what he wanted, and he got married to her. The second, another school called him, a bigger school, whose pay was better, the working environment was equally better, called him to become their vice president. He resumed. A month after he resumed to be the vice president of that school, the school that sacked him earlier called him and asked him, please, can you become the president this time of the school? That's how it works. Now to the meditation. Dr. Joe Dispenza says one of the things he does in his session is to use gas discharge visualization machine to test the energy level in the room that is contributed by all participants, and to test after. Every time he does that, he will be proven that at the end of the workshop, because of these meditation he has introduced, the energy level has always increased. Now, what is the meditation? This is what he asks you to do. When you wake up in the morning, don't distribute your energy to anything. Don't pay attention to anything. Sit silent. Sit in stillness. Sit in solitude and concentrate all that energy on yourself. Give yourself enough time. Put up the alarm. Don't allow anything. If you know that very soon your children, your partner will wake up and start disturbing you, that means you have to wake up early. Give yourself enough time. Go inward. The first thing you have to do, disengage or sever from every distraction. Sever from every energy center that is sapping your energy. Stay with them. The next thing that's required to be done is to slow down your brainwave. Like I like saying, it is not through screaming and shouting that you are able to connect with God or your higher self or the universe or the quantum field. So you stay calm, slow down your brainwave from high beta to alpha. Slow down, stay there for some time. Give yourself enough time. The next thing you have to do is disengage from all distractions and stay there. Just stay there and concentrate on your higher self, on the intention of your life. It's getting too long. This way will be ending today. If you did not watch previous episodes that are even richer than this, and the next chapter, chapter 3, is going to be mind-blowing. Keep a date with us and keep popping. Follow, like, and share. I appreciate all of those. Cheers.